want you guys to really hear me on this, okay? My expectations for who we are as a team are incredibly high. It's not like we're here and everyone else is down here, okay? It's way more like this. If we do this right, we can do something literally has never been done before, and it's kind of cool to do something that's never been done, okay? I could go on and on about everything at KU, but I think it's the thing that's most impressive about the University of Kansas is how everything is under the umbrella of working towards the success of the student athlete. And to see that over a full calendar year and see it all come together is incredibly satisfying as a coach.
We spent the entire summer going out. The transfer portal was great to us, and we brought in some really high leverage arms and some really big time bats for us. It was crucial, right? I think that's the biggest thing for us is we now know moving into year 2 what we needed to be better at to be successful. And we've spent all fall working on it.
We're building where we left off this last year. We had so many great things that happened. You know, we doubled the amount of conference wins. We had more wins than the year before. You know, we're returning, you know, a core roster of players. We're returning multiple players that were all conference, all Big 12 selections. Well, now we're able to build off of that. You know, the previous year we were returning nothing. Now we're returning a core and we're building off of that with all the success that we had last season.
The most intangible piece that, if you could ask me one piece that we could have as a team, it would be a great team and a really, really competitive team.
You go on a climb the first, whatever, 75% of the trip. It's tough, but there's an actual trail there. And then once you get to a certain spot, you're going off the trail and you're cutting the path. You know, we feel like through that cycle of recruiting that we've, you know, bumped the talent up in a bunch of areas. We've bumped the depth up, and we've created some massive competition for spots.
The biggest focal point for us this fall was competition, getting guys to compete at an extremely high level every day in everything that we do. I feel like we really accomplished what we were trying to do this fall in terms of competition.
I think when you build a roster on the pitching side, you know, you have to have 2 or 3 horses, right? Two guys that you know are going to go out and give you 6, 7 innings. And we've really spent a lot of time trying to identify who those guys are. As a coach, it's been great because this year we have 6 or 7 options I think that can fill those spots for us. And we just kind of let those guys compete.
We're trying to do something really, really special, which takes extraordinary effort, attention to detail, and here's the only thing I know. If we do it together, we can do it.
We just had great inter-squad after great inter-squad, went down to Oklahoma State and felt like we took a step forward there, played really well. But again, I challenged the guys. I said, that's not the highest level we can compete. And I said, we're not the team today that we're going to be in June, but we're certainly capable of more than that. And then had a week of really, really, really gritty, tough practice, and then came out. And I think the highlight of the fall would be you know, our game with Illinois State, and I think showed our guys a glimpse of what we're capable of.
We've worked really hard for a long time. It means that we are locked in with humility behind your teammate who's up to the plate. Okay, so this is all about competing and all about playing with freedom and confidence and doing that for 16 innings.
Preparing to play against Illinois State, it felt like we took a jump. We gave not only ourselves a look at this as a staff, but also gave our team a look of, you know, how important our preparation is leading up to every game, how we can up our preparation going into every game.
When he was hired, and I talked to some people throughout college baseball, the thing they kept saying was, good dude, you're gonna love working with him. And I think that kind of transcends to the players and their experience of being recruited by him and his staff, which is obviously an extension of him, because they find that out real quick. They say, this is a guy I wanna go battle for. This is a guy I wanna come learn from and be a part of his family and a part of his program. And so I think that this will be a big year to show just exactly how good they can be and how quickly that can happen.
I'm excited, you know, from the fall, there's a couple things we learned. One, the guys we recruited, they showed up that they are what they were supposed to be, right? With the #1 recruiting class from junior college last year, we really had some big additions in the portal. On the pitching side, those guys are what I thought they would be. You know, we have true Friday, Saturday, Sunday starters. probably 5 or 6 guys we can choose from to build that group. And then we're going to be electric in the bullpen. But I would say the entire group has been exactly what I thought they would be. And if that stays a course, we'll be just fine.
I think we have an incredibly tight unit, and I think every Jayhawk fan out there, if they spent time in our dugout, they'd be fired up about where we're at.
So I think there's a lot of buzz around this program. I think it's something where I think it's really going to depend on how much depth they can really develop over the course of the year. But I think by the time they get to the Big 12 tournament, I think just like last season, it's going to be a team that you're not going to overlook, not only because they just beat Texas last season, but because they will conceivably probably have a better record and better sort of track record coming into that 2024 Big 12 tournament.
We are a different team than we were a year ago. We're deeper. Ultimately, I think the foundation we built last year puts us in a position this year to really reap what we've sown.
You know, this team has a few guys who have won, you know, at different levels, junior college, some other schools that transferred in. I think that's blending into our team right now. That's what we hope our culture is. I'll be honest, we hope our culture is of winning. And that's obviously why we try to compete so much in our practices.
There's enough talent, there's enough great people, there's enough leadership. We have every piece and intangible and talent that you need to be the best team we can be. We just have to go out there and do it.
Whether you had the greatest fall of your life or the worst fall of your life, you've got a massive jump to take for us to do what we want to do.
Hawks on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hawks.